Hey there, everyone. This is Alvaro Cortez Jr., aka Lance Danger, and this has been a long time coming. Hello, everyone. I am here once again, and this time I wanted to go a little bit over about the goals and aspirations that I have for Fred Peterson, the mighty warlord, for the rest of this year and heading into early 2025 as well. And you know it's serious when Editor in Chief Hunter Jr. is right behind me and he is completely knocked out cold. That's how hard we have been working right now. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Alrighty, so this is the Prospecto Arts Fred Pearson the Mighty Warlord Showcase. Let's take a look into the future. This is pretty much going to be what I personally call the initiative. And the initiative is just basically my way of saying this is going to be the overall plan for all of my projects. But since it is Warlord's 18th anniversary this month, let's go ahead and start off with Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord. As most of you already know, and for those that don't know just yet, Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, started as a webcomic 18 years ago now on a platform called the Duck Webcomics, and it was formerly known as Drunk Duck. And right now, it is one of the longest running webcomics and the longest running superhero webcomic on the Duck currently. Right now, it is on chapter 29, which makes it the second longest Puerto Rican comic in full comic book format after Ture el Taino, which reached issue number 35, and it's third behind Tatu Canepo's 51 mini comics, and of course today's 35 full comics. So let's cover the first part of the initiative when it comes to the webcomic. Um, One of the most important things is consistency. To be able to continue delivering as many updates and as soon as possible in a consistent manner. Also, work alongside with other projects that have been kind of left on the back burner for a long time, and I just wish to give it a proper ending and conclusion as well. And of course, I want to deliver physical copies of each of those webcomics within a reasonable timetable. And of course, that means spin offs like the single chapters of The Mysterious Exorcist and the miniseries for Clown Rogue Assassins, and other projects like the web strip Nevermind, my other webcomic DTF6. And note, this also includes web novels and webtoons. Web novels, for example, A Funny Bone Rage of the Lucky 13. I want to adapt that eventually into web comics and webtoons as well. Webtoons is something that I'll definitely be experimenting more in 2025. And of course, if you've been checking out my channel recently, that is going to include music. You can definitely check out the tunes right here on YouTube, and on soon it's going to be on SoundCloud as well. That, of course, is referring to original soundtracks for Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, and others that are coming along the way. Now, one of the biggest news to come out from this, which I had already talked about on social media, is that through the help of new technology and upscaling and remastering low resolution images, I'm finally going to be able to print out issues 3 and 4 of the original webcomic. And I want to print out issues 3 and 4 just to finish that first part of the arc that was never fully completed, printed out. And after I print out issues 3 and 4, I am going to be printing out an actual manga sized black and white volume of issues 1 through 4 of Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, including the webisodes and the prologue as well, in one neat black and white physical volume. So where does that leave the TC editions of Fred Pearson the Mighty Warlord, which were essentially me doing everything from scratch again, but with more updated art and updating the dialogue and story and what have you. It's still going on. It's still going to go on. The Truthful Comics editions plans are not going to change um, because of the new plan of doing the old web comics as well, and it should be hopefully finally coming out either by the end of this year or by early 2025. So the plan is going to be that once issues 3 and 4 of the original webcomic comes out as floppies, and as soon as I also start putting together the manga volume of the original webcomic edition, then I'm going to release the Truthful Comics edition of the prologue. And once the Truthful Comics edition finishes its own arc, similar to the release schedule of the original webcomic, it will be compiled into one volume as well. It's likely going to start off as a black and white manga style volume as well, but if enough people want it full sized and in color, we'll see what we can do about that as well. Which of course means that I will likely have to resort to crowdfunding every now and again to try and, yes, kind of gather enough resources to be able to make these physical copies possible, and also to kind of get an idea of how many people want to do this, because want to buy this rather, because I will make them to order in that sense, and also have a few copies available for physical stores like comic book shops, and of course for my virtual shop as well. And so we arrive to the main goal. What is the purpose? Why do all this? And that is the question, isn't it? Especially for someone that has been doing this for 18 years, a lot longer if you actually count from junior high school, which is where I actually created like 90% of these characters, and throughout junior high school, and like maybe freshman year of college, that's where the whole story took shape. Why all this? Because even after 18 years, this is still fun, fam. I have a lot of fun just diving into this world of Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, and it's just fun to be able to show this product to the world and to see people's various reactions and read their comments and receive all that love, receive all that hate, receive all that indifference, receive all that passion from the readers. It's just still incredibly fun, and I see it being fun in the foreseeable future still. So, in a nutshell, as far as Warlord is concerned in this part of the initiative, is pretty much being consistent, being able to upload the webcomic as consistently as possible, delivering whether that be the webcomic, digital comics, or finally making physical copies to make available for potential readers and potential customers, and of course having fun with it, because if I'm not having fun, why should I expect you to have fun with my products as well? And of course, you can check all of this stuff out and find all the pertinent links to other places like my Patreon, my virtual shop, and all that good stuff over at my website www.artofalvaro.com. Be sure to check it out. You can check out the webcomics, links to that as well there.
Well, guys, hopefully this was full of information. Hopefully you had a lot of fun with this. I am going to do my very best to be able to do all of these projects once again. You never can count out the human element of surprise. You never know what's going to happen. I can attest to that. I should have finished this comic so long ago, but on the other hand, all these experiences has helped me to make the comic what it is today, and hopefully it shows the resilience that if I can go through so many things that I've gone through, maybe you're going through something in particular as well in your personal life or professional life. And it may seem dark, it may seem dire, it may seem unachievable, but as long as it's not chipping away at your psyche, at your emotional and mental health, keep going. You can definitely do this. You know, there's no shame in taking a step back sometimes. We all do. I have. Take a step back and just heal, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, creatively. Take some time, be on the mend, heal up, and, get right back to it. Hopefully, if you can take anything from this video aside from how narcissistic I actually really am, is that you can take positivity out of this and tell yourself, hey, if this guy went through all this and he's still doing it and still has plans for the future, I can too. And that's the best thing that can happen, truth be told, that somebody can watch or read or listen to me and think, I can do it. Whether you think you're better than me and you can do it, whether you think you're on my level and you want to do it, whether you think you're below my level but you want to be at my level and you want to do it. The thing is to just get out there and do it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I have a lot of stuff to do along with Editor-in-Chief Hunter Jr.